What's up, you filthy degenerates? Welcome to Altered Reality. Make sure to show us some love, like, subscribe, and leave a comment below.
Subscribe, please. Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. Altered Reality here, episode 2. I'm your co-host and producer, Justin. Here as always with our stars, Alex and Anastasia. How we doing, everybody?
What's up, brother? How we doing?
Good, man. I'm good. I'm just ready for another episode.
Oh, who's that? Who's that blonde fox in the background?
I know. I'm so excited. We have Heather from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I mean, arguably the best housewives yet, in my opinion.
I mean, am I? But I'll take it. But
honestly, I've never watched one show, but I only follow you. You're the only housewife I follow.
I know. I was thinking about this podcast, and I was like, Alex and I have never even watched each other's shows. I watched him, but not like, you know what I mean? Not like I should have, since, we're practically dating. But that's what I was thinking. You're not a housewife guy.
No. I mean, I would love for you to be my housewife, or I'll be your house dad.
I thought I was. This seals the deal, I think.
Oh, hopefully. I'm praying.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Heather, I will tell you that I have never watched one Real Housewife season, but I watched yours, and you were hands down my favorite one. I just loved how real you always kept it with everybody, and you were just like, I am who I am, and that's all I got, and take it or leave it. So I think that's super cool how authentic you came across. And I think all of the audience really appreciated that about you as well.
Well, I had a great time, and I kept it as, I did what I don't know what I did. But whatever I did, I'm glad you liked it.
You were yourself.
I blacked out.
I blacked out. It was mostly a fog. So, but it's been so crazy. Just the people. Do you guys even know the story of how Alex and I met?
We don't know. We'd love to hear it, though. Yeah.
We'd love to hear it.
Tell it. I'll tell my version, and he can tell his
version.
Oh, we have two versions.
We met on a Disneyland. Was it a pin trading site? Or was it? What were we trying? You're trying to find the elusive Disneyland.
So
pins,
it was called. She gets very confused. It was called Bumble.
Bumble, yeah, but he had in his profile, he had all these Disney characters. So I was like, oh, this is the guy that loves going to Disneyland alone.
I had Mickey Mouse in the background.
Yes, and I'm into guys that go to Disneyland alone. I just think it's kind of quirky and fun, and so we just hit it off, and it's just been,
it was an Heather and Alex Wonderland, but no, so
happiest place on earth.
Oh my God! Well,
he proposed in the Small World Tunnel, which is
Oh, what a beautiful story!
So I know Anastasia knows it, but for Justin, I did a Christmas special on Heather and I both did. There was 12 people on Andy Cohen.
12 doorbells of Christmas.
Yeah, 12 doorbells. Yeah, see, that's how much I know nothing about Bravo. So there was, we were on it, and I was the 12th person to come out. So I was told to go on it and wear a sexy Santa, costume.
Right.
So I'm thinking, everyone's wearing a funky costume. I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is gonna be funny. I get on in the chat room before they show me live. And Heather's wearing a beautiful dress. The guys are wearing tuxedos. Everything just looks so good. I'm wearing a fucking Santa hat with a beard and a fake 6-pack onesie. I'm like, oh my God. So I go on and I do my little skit, and Andy just basically goes, hey Heather, I heard you're single. Alex is single. Alex likes older women. And then me and Heather basically just kind of made out on live TV in a way with our voices,
a virtual makeout.
So and then it got to the point that every time Heather talked, I was like, woo, I love you, and I didn't know one person, right? There was guys, girls, when I know no one. I was the only one from Below Deck, and I think everyone else was housewives or something. So I'm like, what the fuck's happening? And all I know is okay, I have this fox of Heather Gay, basically we're flirting now. So I'm just gonna roll with it.
Looking out for him, looking out, hoping, trying to be a friend.
Yeah. So no, it was actually funny though. And then right after that, I DM Heather, or I said something. I'm like, I love you so much, babe, or something like that. Just keep it rolling. And next thing you know, we're both kind of the similar personalities of we don't give a fuck what we say or what we do. We don't care if we post things. Then there's rumors going out Alex and Heather date? I'm like, yeah. And like, I'm like going on like Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, like I am. Like I'm like posting like dumb stories. But it was just like a funny flirty going back and forth. We did a few Instagram lives and
stories to you. Those were dumb.
No,
those are memories.
No,
You cherish those.
I'm saying dumb stories.
I thought you were proclaiming your love. Sincerely.
Hey, Heather, I'm saying like dumb stories. People were lying about us, you know, like they weren't real. We knew the reality of it. We knew the altered reality of it, you know.
It was just purely based on looks only. It was purely sex. Nothing past that. We knew the truth behind the romantic tale.
Well, you know what's funny was the first Instagram we live. Like, I love how we just kind of jumped into it. But our first Instagram live we did together, I started getting a little tipsy towards the end of drinking wine. The next thing you know, we start talking about sex, about positions, and it started getting like, yeah. Do you remember that?
No.
Really?
I remember our Instagram live, but like,
no, that was our Instagram
from her memory.
Heather, there was literally like there was like I was asking you like kind of what you liked and what you didn't like on our lives. I was getting a little drunk, and then I put that screenshot. Remember the screenshot of like you choking yourself, and I put on my story.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. I forgot.
Yeah.
You know, I think I was drinking with you that night. Clearly.
Oh yeah. You know, I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah. So basically, me and Heather formed somewhat of a social media flirty relationship, but she still owes me a back laser because I do Instagram Live her when I get my back lasered as well. I don't. How's that gross, Heather? You fucking do it for a living.
Heather is gagging over there.
First of all, I do not laser ball sacks or backs for a living. I would if I were properly trained, but I am not. I'm a pop star, not a doctor. Come on, I just do the business end. I don't do the groundwork. I'll delegate it to like our best laser technician. So I don't want to laser your back, babe. I don't want to see how the sausage is made.
Maybe you could just like hold his hand.
Smooth like a newborn baby and like oiled up like the Chippendale dancer.
Wait, hold on.
That's what I'm going for.
You don't have to tell me what is
hairless and greasy.
So you're saying you want to go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac?
I want a filet of fish.
Oh my!
And a quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh, you're talking dirty to me, Heather.
Wow. So Heather, is it safe to assume that you prefer clean shaven over a full hairy chest?
The truth is, I don't like have a thing. I don't have like a type. Like I'm not like I don't have like little things that.
Alex is showing you his chest.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I know he's a bear, but like
I'm a cub in the gay community.
I don't care. Actually,
you don't care at all.
I wouldn't want puffs. I wouldn't want puffs of fur on their shoulders,
right.
Or like anything that's like either have hair or be there. That's my motto. Right. I don't want like a random patch of weird fuzz. You know?
Right.
I want everything to look intentional.
That's why I get lasered, Heather.
Yeah, baby. I know. And he is actually, we did an IG Live while you were getting lasered once too.
I know. Where
you FaceTime me and I thought it was just like morning sexy time. It turns out he just wanted some medical advice. He's a real buzzkill.
Hey, or maybe it's called big. Maybe it's called, you know, Alex is finally being vulnerable once in his life with a girl and showing the things he does. All right.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, no one cares about emotional Alex. You know, we want to see the drunk Alex. No, you know what? I'm trying to show you the real side of me, Heather. You don't even care.
Well, listen, I love you when you lean into your alpha male. You know, I'm kind of a vampire for that straight alpha male energy, but I do know that you're tender. I do know you have a tender side because you wore a Santa suit onesie, you know, and that takes a guy that's really connected with his inner self to pull off. Truly.
I will take that off as fast as you want me to. All right, let's get into it. Sorry.
Yeah. So speaking of all this laser business, Heather, you own and operate a very successful med spa business called Beauty Lab and Laser, and you have just been having the most success. And as an entrepreneur myself, I look at you as an inspiration. And I'm like, damn, that woman is a boss. And I think it's so cool how you have completely built your business from the ground up. And so kudos to you for that. But what I really want to know is, how did being on reality TV affect your business and your personal life?
Well,
do you think it was for the better?
My dreams. So it's all worth it. Yeah, for sure. I wasn't positive I knew that it was great for business. You know, everyone says like, oh, it's, you know, it's an unbelievable platform, you know, but I thought, I wasn't sure how big the effect would be because we're kind of local, we're service based. You know, you can't like watch the show in Australia and then come to Beauty Lab for laser hair removal. You know what I mean? So, but we saw a significant increase once the show was airing. It's probably, I would say it doubled our business, but we just moved into a new location. So we now have the capacity to quadruple our business. Whereas before we wouldn't have even been able to like handle that type of flow. But because we had moved into a new location, it was huge. We saw our business double and it's kind of exponentially growing month to month. So that's,
congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you. It's so exciting. Really it feels great too, because I have a business partner. And so while I was filming, you know, I wasn't like pulling my weight as a business partner at all. And so it feels good to see some sort of return, you know, on the experience.
Wait,
doing the show
so Heather, are you like, would you say like, honestly, are you like super hands-on over there? Like, are you there every day or like, are you, you know, back and forth? Like kind of what's
baby, am I hands-on? Am I hands-on? Am I hands-on girl? Am I hands-off girl?
I don't know. You have not put your hands on me yet. You're all talk right now.
Actually,
hey, it's all talk. So I don't know. That's why I'm fucking asking you. So don't come at me that I'm a big tough housewife. All right.
I'm a hands-on, but I'm also a big picture girl. Like I don't like to micromanage people.
Gotcha.
I like big conceptual motivations, and I like everyone to lean in and triple down on their strengths. And I don't expect anyone to be like perfect, but I expect everyone to be invested.
I'm
kind of that's the kind of boss I am.
What's the most awkward? Sorry, I'm gonna cut off for 1 second. This just came in my head, so I have ADD. So when things come in my head, I'm gonna forget.
Go for it.
So what would you say? Do you have one of the most awkward encounters of like, you know, maybe a customer being at the shop with you, like say maybe a laser's happening and you walk by? Like, have you ever had like an awkward, you know, interaction while being at the beauty parlor, or whatever you call it?
Like what, a beauty shop? I walk by the beauty shop and the door to the laser is wide open and they're just laser beaming the shit out of everybody. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's on my eyes.
Well, I don't know. I don't know like if a girl's like getting her vagina. I don't know if a girl's getting her vagina lasered and she goes, "Hey Heather, I love you so much on the show," and you're like, "Oh, okay." Like I'm like,
come watch me get my labia.
Yeah. Like okay.
I'm out. That's a hard task.
And then you're like this. Hey Victoria, nice birthmark on the left side. You know, I was like, I don't know.
Well,
Alex.
Listen, Alex, I would love to have you work at my beauty shop because my beauty
would
shop
you?
could use a guy like you that's like, hey, be real careful you don't walk by the laser and just bust on in because that could be real bad, real awkward.
Hey, I don't fucking know.
No, basically, I haven't ever walked in on a laser, but I do get weird requests. I don't want to say weird. Weird would be the wrong word. I get requests that surprise me, but they also they expand my knowledge. Like I didn't know you could bleach certain parts of your body, and people will request that. I didn't know you could inject certain parts of your body, and people will request that. And it's usually things that are like south of the Mason-Dixon line that you just thought people would never even look at like closely, and they're just like, I would like some Botox on this wrinkle. You know, and when I clench and some filler on this side, so it's symmetrical.
People get Botox on their vaginas?
You can get Botox
really?
in your urethra for incontinence. You can get Botox in your sphincter for, sex issues, anal sex issues, I guess. You can get a filler in any part of your body, including your Alex likes to call his Princess Sophia. So you can get killer in your Princess
Oh my God, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. That I know that fucking movie. Princess Sophia.
Wow, I did not know that.
I never knew. Yeah, so you can get filler. There's also some actually medically, not just aesthetic treatments that we do that are like we take stem cells and we can inject that in the penis for like
I need that.
Enlargement.
Performance. Aesthetics and
Alex, you need that.
Wait,
that's he sent his question in honestly, but I could tell his handwriting, so like I knew that was a
wait. Hold on. Can I ask a real question about penis enlargement? Does that like fuck
Sure,
up?
baby.
Does that like fuck up like and this is, you know, I have no knowledge on this. So does that like fuck up anything with your sperm or anything, or no? Is that completely separate?
Maybe I am a pop star, not a
Not-
rock star, okay? And I've never even like worked closely with a penis on that level.
Well,
So I have
I'm not saying I need it, but you know, I'm Irish, so I got the.
I know, baby. You're like saying, is it worth? Is the look of my penis worth its functionality as the procreator missile of the universe?
Do you want to see it?
As the sperm. Okay, is this happening right now? Is this happening just 0 to 60?
I'm
Just
sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Floor it.
I didn't take my
Okay,
Adderall
well,
today.
Well, this conversation is getting really naughty. So I guess that kind of segues into my next question, which is, what's the naughtiest thing you did while you were filming?
Ooh,
Ooh.
It's a good one.
Ooh. I mean, on camera, off camera.
Yeah.
You can tell us.
it's definitely off
Yeah, yeah,
camera.
yeah.
We won't
Safe
tell
space.
anybody.
No,
Definitely
We won't tell
on
anyone,
camera.
except for everyone who's
Definitely
listening.
on camera. You guys, let me think for a second. The naughtiest thing I did while filming, it's, you know, this is such a cop-out, but I have to say it, like, going on this show felt like, to me, the naughtiest thing I could ever do in my entire life. It felt like lighting my house on fire and saying, let it burn.
Is that because of your
show,
background?
yeah. And I live here.
yeah.
It's not like I'm, you know, in LA. I
Right.
live in the heart of like East Bend, Salt Lake City, you know, home of like 17 prophets. Like this is the beating heart. Look at my
Right.
I forgot I had my pin on.
Oh, it's so cute.
Happy side. Yeah, so going on the show, even being associated with the show, I knew was just kind of like a ripcord. And that's the truth of it. So, because what I was going to say is drinking on camera. I had never publicly drank before. My children had never seen me consume alcohol.
Oh, wow.
I had never, another weird thing, is I had never worn anything in public that didn't have a cap sleeve and didn't go to my knees.
Oh, wow.
So to go to the first time I wore an outfit, the first time I wore an outfit that exposed my shoulder was like, I think episode 2 or 3, and that was like the naughtiest thing I'd ever like. That's like
a big deal.
Wow.
Things, you know.
Yeah.
So
For everybody listening who's not aware of Heather's background, she was a devout Mormon growing up in Salt Lake City, and she was married to Mormon royalty for about 11 years, right? And she has since then
in total, actually,
14 in total, and she has since kind of distanced herself from the Mormon community. She's kind of like a good Mormon gone bad. So for anybody listening who wasn't aware of what was going on there in the Mormon community, it's not cool to drink. It's not cool to show your shoulders. And Heather, you went ahead and just were like, "Yeah, I'm doing it. Don't care."
Yeah.
But what made you like?
Did it all.
What made you just say like kind of fuck it, and like, you know, like what you grew up on, like all these, you know, like basically, yeah, like what made you just say like I don't care anymore, I'm just gonna do what I want?
It was a slow bleed, like to get to it, but it was really when you know, the things that really propelled it, I should say, or motivated it, were my kids, because they became of age, and they're like, I can hear them in the back. I'm like, shut up, I'm on TV. I don't care.
There's so many listeners. No.
I'm filming right now, Georgia, for like 6 people.
Wait, should I introduce? Hi kids. You'll see me in Salt
What's
Lake.
up, girls?
Literally, don't care. I'll be like, this is Alex and Anastasia from below deck. It'd be like,
You're like, motherfuckers.
They're respectful. They are respectful kids. But it was a slow thing. But then, like, they started to become of age, and you start to really police your kids in this community especially with social media, because if they are putting pictures out there with their so basically, when you become an adult kind of in the Mormon community and you get married in the temple, you wear sacred temple garments that cover the majority of your body, and you wear these as your underwear. You wear these beneath your underwear. So you put on, basically, as a woman, every morning I would wake up and I would sleep in them, but you'd put on fresh ones, you know. So you like shower, you put on a fresh t-shirt and kind of like a bike short, and you wear that under anything and everything you wear. So if I wanted to wear like a dress like this, I could, but I'd have to wear like a t-shirt underneath it. Wow. And so that's like a very common fashion thing, or like a jacket over it.
I bet my mom wishes she could make me do that when I was a teenager.
That's the thing. So then I have these 3 daughters that are starting to like dress, and the styles are like cropped and short and body acceptance and like all these wonderful things that I am thrilled for them for. But I am telling them, well, they can't, for sure, they can't wear anything sleeveless to church. And for sure, if we're going to a church activity, which is like 90% of our life was just like our church community and our activities and our friends and our, you know, our service, because we do a lot of service. And so in all those situations, I was policing them, you know, like pretty strictly, like cover your shoulders, shirt, you know, shorts and skirts to the knee. And that felt weird, you know, and that felt like that felt like I was faking as a mom, you know, like I didn't feel that or think that. And I hated it myself. I hated it. And at that point, I think I wasn't even wearing mine anymore, but nobody knew. Like I wasn't like going to the mall in the tube top, you know what I mean? Like I was still like maintaining the community decorum of like modesty. And I started just to feel kind of like an imposter, you know, like just kind of shaming my kids and telling them to behave a certain way, not because I felt that would give them a better life, but because I felt like that would present better to my community. So that's when I was like, I have to figure this out. So I started to kind of loosen up a little bit with them. And I'd be like on Sundays, instead of being like, wake up and we're at church and we're all dressed, you know, perfectly and sitting there reverently. And I started to say, like, if you guys don't feel like going, we don't have to go. And that was like the first time in their lives they'd ever heard me even not be like, it's a Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, the Lord is
waiting.
The Lord is waiting.
So Heather, have you, sorry, I was gonna say, so have you noticed kind of like a ripple effect from like, you know, your behavior and you being on the show and you kind of, like you said, you know, kind of like pioneering that movement and kind of breaking away from the whole, like, you know, strict kind of like practices of Mormonism. Have you noticed that any like friends, family members of the community that maybe were, you know, kind of afraid to come out and speak out against those practices, starting to have like the confidence now to kind of do those things and maybe take after you? Yeah,
that is like such a great question. I'm going to cry.
That was good.
Totally.
That was good, Justin.
That was really good, Justin.
Thank you.
That was really good.
I try to keep, you know, I try to keep them quality over quantity. Yeah.
Well, she's a role model for all, you know?
Absolutely.
No, like truly, like I can tell you, so many people and people close to me. And one would be my brother, like I'm of 6 kids. And like, I always say, like, I'd rather chew my arm off than like not be a perfect Mormon in front of my siblings, you know, or whatever. Like, it's just like, that is the family. It's not the religious code. It's the family code.
Right.
It is our family's code. So when I came out, we call it coming out. Like when I came out and kind of said, listen, I'm not living it anymore and I'm not teaching it to my kids and I might not ever go to church again. Like my brother came out. I had 2 cousins contact me. I had, I would say thousands of kind of marginalized Mormons or marginalized any strict religion, you know? I mean, I could spout off like 1,000, but you know what I mean? Like even women that had kind of like dedicated their lives to Catholicism, you know, or to Jehovah's Witness or to Quakerism, you know, or being Amish. Like anytime you have a faith that dictates every choice you make, the clothes you wear, what you believe, what you read, what you eat, who you socialize with, that is a huge thing to depart from. And so, and I think it's relatable to a lot of Muslim women, like any, you know, any faith that requires that much of your identity and then to leave it and betray not only your faith that you were brought up to deeply believe in, but your family that you love and honor. It feels like you're turning your back on your entire childhood and identity. And it can be, you know, it can be terrifying.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, hey, honestly, good for you for having the courage to kind of step up and do it. And obviously, you know, it's working out for you. Obviously life seems to be, you know, trending in the right direction. You got your business going, you know, the reality show, everything seems to be going well.
And your kids are happy.
Exactly. Right? Yes. You seem happy. Yeah. Most importantly.
Right. We're all happy and healthy. And like, it's kind of the biggest thing, I think, like you said, about kind of breaking the seal and being one of the first, you know, to kind of come out publicly. And in this forum, I don't think we've ever had a Mormon housewife, and I'm not I'm a non-practicing Mormon housewife. And I guess I'm Mormon until they like take my name off the records. They used to call it excommunication, but they changed it like in the last 6 months to call it withdrawal of membership. And that is based on your behavior. And you have to account for your behavior every 2 years in the faith. So every 2 years you meet with a local like bishop or clergyman that's just a volunteer, but he lives with you. He goes to church with you. So he knows you. You can't just like show up and schmooze them, you know?
Yeah.
And you have to show up and answer. It's about 15 questions, yes or no questions about your faithfulness in the faith. Like, are you wearing your temple garments? Are you drinking coffee? Are you drinking tea? Have you consumed alcohol? Have you smoked tobacco? Have you associated with anyone that is against the principles of the church, which is a pretty broad, category? Do you sympathize with anyone that has principles against the teachings of the church? Do you owe anyone money? Are you in good standing with your family? Like, all of these questions, you have to answer yes or no. And at that point, if you answer no, they can revoke your temple card, which is like a barcoded driver's license, in order for you to like go to the temple and be a temple recommend member. So it's like every 2 years you are forced to either get right with God or lie. You know what I mean? So there's no way to kind of be an active, non-practicing Mormon. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Another one of the three. Just no.
Well, so Heather, growing up, so is like, we were just kind of talking about like kind of Israel and stuff. Like, was there a certain age that you had to, when you were 13, 14, 16, that you had to kind of cross over into that lifestyle, or are you just born into it and like your parents?
You're born into it.
Okay.
It's like Amish. It's like you're born into it. There's no alcohol in the home.
Wow.
There's no. There's no alcohol in the home. There's no smoking in the home. You go to church for 3 hours every Sunday. You go to activities throughout the week.
Gotcha.
You associate primarily with people from your faith. You give 10% of your income. One of those questions that you have to answer every 2 years in order to get the card is, do you give free and of good faith 10% of your income off the top to the church?
Wow. That's crazy.
And actually you have to reconcile that with the local leader. So you can't like say, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I wrote the check in the mail, because the man that you've given your checks to is the one asking you those questions. And they call it a settlement. At the end of the year, you meet with your local clergyman to say, this is what I earned. This is what you've received. And I declare myself, a full tithing payer.
They audit you.
You go to your meeting with the other local clergyman and they say, have you given 10%? And you say yes, and they can verify that. And then you get your card and you can, then you can go see your daughter get married, or your niece get married, or your sister get married, because you can't, all of the main ordinances happen in the temple, and the temple is exclusive to people with the barcoded membership card.
So have you ever dated anyone that isn't like a Mormon?
I mean, besides you, baby? No.
No, really? Oh, okay. So
no, of course. Well,
I don't know.
No, I'm not saying of course. I didn't mean of course. I just was saying like, look how attractive I am. Of course.
You're a babe.
There's every face at my door. That's what I meant. I hate when like the questions are just so sad, but the truth is like, long-term dating, like more than 1 or 2 dates, no. And I've hooked up with, before I got married, I had hooked up with but not had sex with, like made out with guys that weren't Mormon, but they were just mostly into the fact that they, one, didn't believe I was a virgin, and two, were like determined to, take my V card, which I loved. I loved those guys. They were wonderful, like cool guys. They weren't menacing guys, but it was just not even an option, because I knew to get married in the temple and to have the life that I had been groomed to have, the most important thing was for me to be a virgin. I mean, I could be crazy, I could be fat, I could be poor, but I could not be not a virgin. I could, you know what I mean? Like that's the thing, because you have to go through a whole process if you're not.
So good thing you're rich, you're beautiful, and you're not a virgin. You got all three going for you.
Not anymore.
Oh, man. That's crazy. I can't wait to go out to.
That's crazy.
I can't wait to like honestly like it's just so kind of fascinating honestly because like I was grew up a Catholic but my mom wasn't strict about it and so like we went to church every Sunday and she told us what we should believe in and then we got older we started asking a lot of questions like X, Y, and Z and my mom was at the point where it was like I can't force something on you because like I didn't like it when I was a kid when my parents did it. So she goes like, she kind of steered us in the right way, like kind of how she got brought up, like kind of made like had us make our own decisions, what we believe in and kind of guide us into her way. So it's just like fascinating for me, like hearing, how someone like, how your life, how you grew up on that and how strict, your religion is for your everyday life because I never experienced that. So it is very fascinating.
So different.
Yeah. How many siblings do you have, Alex?
I have a twin sister. I have a twin sister, and I have an older brother, Nick. Don't worry, I'm better looking.
Obviously. But so, did you? Was there like did your mom raise you differently than your sister, though, in terms of like sex and like did your sister feel like she had to like preserve her purity at all costs?
No, so I won't get into it too much, but. Like Anastasia's met my sister. My sister and I we're night and day. Like my sister,
be more than sister.
Huh?
No, I've met his sister.
Oh, so yeah, no, so yeah, yeah, no, yeah, no. I have marbles in my mouth. That's all right. I know. So my mom was. I got away with murder growing up. Anastasia, I would probably say I'm the favorite child. I can do nothing wrong. Like I would get in trouble. I would get C's on my report card. My sister and brother got a B. Not like they were straight A students. Like they went to private school. Like I went to public school. I never went to private school. They put my sister and my brother in private school. Like cause I had a learning disability. I always got hurt. I was mama's boy. You know what I mean? Like even though I'm a twin, I was the youngest. So like. My mom protected me with everything. So like even like growing up, like I was like the first one in my family. I'm having sex. Like I would bring girls to the house and like, hey mom, this is my girlfriend. I'm 14 years old. Like I was like, what the fuck? Tell me you're bringing someone over. And like so I was just like very open of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna date. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do whatever. My mom's like, ah shit, this kid's gonna be a wild card. But I was always honest and respectful. Like I wouldn't. Like I'm not gonna like bring this girl. Like my mom wouldn't let her come in my room or anything like this. But I was honest with my mom. Like I'm not sneaking out of the house. I'm not doing things that I shouldn't be doing. Like my sister, I feel like was a little more and my brother like my mom was more strict on them. So like they would get more in trouble like trying to like sneak out or going on dates, doing things. My mom's like, just fucking tell me. Like why is Alex the youngest and he tells me everything and like I don't care what he does. Like. You gotta stop being sketchy. Learn from your youngest brother. So it was kind of backwards how we grew up, But I don't know. I've always just like not give a fuck. I was always just like I'm gonna do what I want, and my mom's like, all right, like this kid's gonna be like nuts, so I have to just let him be. But hopefully he'll just respect and be honest with me.
Hopefully he'll end up on reality TV into some money, which is like how I feel too. How old were you when you lost your virginity?
I was going after my freshman year of high school, going to my sophomore year. So I was like 15.
Yeah, I mean that's like the first time I messed around. I had like a very clear line.
What's kind of backward? What's kind of backwards with me? So I ate out a girl a year before I lost my virginity. I'm just telling you, being honest.
That's my boy.
That all I did was a punch, and so you can say it in like an eloquent way.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, we're not. This isn't fucking nice and sweet. No, we're being honest. I was a freshman in high school, and this girl was a senior. Took me to a dance, and like she found out I was.
He loves you mature women.
Yeah, I do. I swear. So
can't wait to hear your mature.
So she found out I was a virgin.
Okay, let's just not use that as an adjective.
No,
ditch that word.
Which one? What word?
Mature.
Oh, I.
Sorry, go ahead. We want to hear about your first cunnilingus experience. We're
So
dying for it.
No, so it was funny. Like I was like, she found out I was. Well, she's like, oh, are you virgin? I'm like, yes. And then she was a senior. She goes, oh, I've had sex with like 2 guys before. I'm like, okay, make it 3. But like she was like, no, like she's like, I'm going to college next year. Yeah, I know. Yeah. He shoots, he doesn't score. But like she was like, no, I don't want to do that. But like she goes like basically like, I'll teach you other things. And so at a young age, I was fascinated.
Hey, take
she
what
was
you can
like,
get.
you're gonna learn today.
Yeah, you're gonna learn today, boy.
You're gonna learn. You are gonna learn.
I'm like, how am I doing? How am I doing? I'm sorry,
Oh
Mom.
my goodness.
Did you love her? Did you?
No, fuck no. I hated her.
Fuck no, I'm sorry, sir. What?
No, this girl just asked me to go to the prom with her. I was like, I feel like I was always like honestly, like I was a relationship guy all in high school and stuff. Like I had a girlfriend for 3 years, then another girlfriend for 3 years. But like when I'm single, I was always a natural flirt. Like I was flirted, you know, like I don't know. I was just always like had fun, like flirting around and like joking around because I never took life too serious. So like even with girls, I don't care if I was never attracted with them. Like I just like kind of always came off like that goofy, way kind of, you know what I mean? So it's.
Yeah, I get it. So like, let me just be very, very clear.
I love you, Heather. I'm so attracted to you.
That you're not attracted to.
No.
You get flirted with women. You'll give it IDGAF. I will make you think I like you, but it's all.
No. See, that's the difference. I'm not fake with her. Like, I'm not gonna lead her on. Like, meaning like when I had an ex-girlfriend and she was like, "You're always like a natural flirt." Like, I'm not like telling this girl, "Oh, like X, Y, and Z." I was just like always like more friendly than maybe say Justin would be like, "Oh, hey, like what's up?" I would be like, "Hey," like I'd be like put my arm around you, like just be like friendly, you know? So it came off as a flirty way.
That was what we call a microaggression, okay? And what
I don't like this part.
You is inexcusable. Okay?
No, I think he just said
Justin wouldn't come up. Hey, let's give Justin some credit. He wouldn't come up and be like, "Hey, what's up?" He'd be like,
I use him as an excuse.
Piercing question that will just penetrate your soul. Okay, I've met you for 1 minute. Let me just ask a question that will just make you cry on the spot. That's where he's not going to come up and be like, "Hey,
well, I was using him as the first guy next to me. All right, you know,
it was tears of joy, right? They were good tears. It was like a piercing question in a good way, right?
Wait, I didn't hear that. Say it again.
She's like, I lost you now, Justin. Stop talking.
No, I'm a little lost too. I thought I was getting complimented, to be honest. So you're kind of
getting complimented.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I was getting complimented.
She was coming at me.
Yeah, you're 100%.
Oh, okay, got you.
You're the man that like sees through like all. You see everybody, and like you just like can read the room. You don't come
thank
up
you,
and
Alex.
say,
Yeah, I didn't know he said that. Yeah, thank you.
What? So I didn't read the room. Like, I was
complimenting you, not Alex.
So I was trying to get off because I felt
You guys,
bad. Like
I think we're having our first domestic
so
dispute.
you know it's no because Heather was like, I hate these depressing questions. So I'm like, okay,
No, I love them.
So I was like,
funny.
Okay, I'll take it off the depression. I'll talk about my bad sex life. My bad, Heather.
All right. Well, here's a fun question.
Awesome.
Here's a fun question.
I love her so much.
Alex,
that's
if
awesome.
you could take Heather on a first date, what would that date look like?
Oh,
I would probably try to figure out, like, I'd try to be like nonchalant, try to figure out something that she hasn't done because like I like to kind of be a little unique or original kind of. So I would want to find something like even if she like doesn't like doing it, just something new. You know what I mean? Because like if you want to impress someone, you don't want to do like, all right, let's just go to fucking the Utah Jazz game. You know, it's like let's do. Well, I mean that's fun, but like let's do something out of the ordinary. You know.
Jazz are good this year. Jazz are good.
Would you like take her skydiving?
Very good this year.
No, I'm afraid of flying, so I wouldn't go skydiving.
That's true. That's like your worst nightmare.
Yeah, so
you don't want to shit your pants on the first date.
Our perfect date is we both fly to Cleveland and go to an Indians game and get like locker room passes.
Well,
like we need to go to like a baseball game or a football game, like 50-yard line, like third row. Obviously, I'm dying to see. No problem. But you know
damn, so she's my sugar mama. No, so for me,
You're
since
so lucky, Alex.
so for me, I'm a sporty guy. So I would want to go to a football game. I want to do the tailgate beforehand, get the grill going, get the drinks if she drinks that day with me. We, grill it. I feed her some hot dogs, burgers.
Super Bowl.
No, Super Bowls aren't as fun because like you're not going to your home team game usually.
You're right. I agree 100%.
So how about you I fly you out to New England because I don't like flying. I'll drive to you if you want me to drive to you. And plus, you don't have a football team.
I have a plane. Not a problem.
I love how rich she is.
Flex.
She's so rich and hot. But yeah, you come to a Patriots game. We'll tailgate. You come to Foxborough. We'll do in the fall because you don't like. Honestly, we don't want to be in like 0-degree weather, but like a good 45, a 45 with a coat, a cute winter hat with a little ball on top.
I want a Carhartt beanie and like.
Oh my God. I'll wear the flannel. We'll have the hoodie underneath it. The maybe a little ripped jean. I don't know. We don't know what the vibe's gonna be.
But like for sure the team colors, and we do a little tailgate with some brats, some beers.
Ooh.
And we just roll in to our 50-yard line not front row. I want like
6 rows up.
I feel like 10th row and 10th to 20th is ideal because you don't have, if there's a tall guy or a lot of press, you don't have that like lateral. You know what I mean?
Well,
you need the height.
Well, don't worry. I'm 6'2". I can pick you up. I'm kind of strong. So,
okay, well, I'll just watch the game like sitting crisscross applesauce on your shoulder.
All right, Heather. I'll get us box tickets. Don't worry about it. We'll get box tickets. We can say one. Wait. All right. So we're gonna say. So we're gonna say this now. We're gonna. Did you just point down at you? Now you're being bad. So
she's on your shoulders.
Oh. Gotcha. So we're gonna say this right now.
Now officially date you.
So
the pot has been passed.
Oh wow!
Wait, what'd she say?
I think she would officially like to date me now. But
I'm gonna tell your girlfriend. Oh, I'm putting him on the spot so I can have Heather back. I want Heather back now. I'm throwing you
I was
under.
gonna hit on my girlfriend. Don't let him.
Hey,
don't let him.
Hey, you know the Heather Gay? Yeah, she fucking hates me now because I talk too much, and Justin's the nice guy.
Actually, Heather, I do have a question that I wanted to ask. We talked a little bit about your business and stuff you have going on with the show. What are some current goals that you're working on right now? Like, what are some stuff that you got going on? You're like aspiring to do right now.
You're so sweet.
I mean, honestly, nothing. We have a foundation that does treatments for people that have like scars from track marks or self-harm.
Yep.
That we treat them free of charge until their scars are, gone or
that's amazing.
So that they're not so much of a trigger. And that's really like a passion project for me. So I would say like mostly to double down on the Don't Leave Foundation and the awareness of it and just the treatment of people, because it feels very, that analogy about the starfish, like you're walking on the beach and you throw one dying starfish back and they're like, there's so many, how can you help them? But like you help one starfish. Like we very much believe in that principle at Beauty Lab. So we offer free scar removal treatments to anyone that's suffering from like, track marks, self-harm, things like that. And it feels very immediate. It feels very effective, and it feels very, like real.
Yeah, for sure. Give people that self-confidence back. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's really alleviate those triggers, because imagine overcoming addiction and then just like every time you don't have a long sleeve shirt on, like being reminded of it, Yeah.
For sure. That's awesome.
What's like your best piece of advice that you could give to everybody out there, but maybe specifically like, young women entrepreneurs in terms of like being an entrepreneur yourself and starting your own business? Like, what's the best piece of advice you could give?
The best piece of advice I would give is that it hits different when you've earned it yourself. And that is an addiction that you want to feel.
Yeah.
Like I have spent other people's money and I have married into money and I have earned my own money, and it is not even a comparison. It's like having sex with somebody that's hot and having sex with somebody that you love. So my best advice would be like, ladies, earn it yourself and don't look for any other way, because you think it's the easy way, but it's not. The true way is to like lean into your own strengths, your own instincts, and to earn your own money and to make your own way in the world, and then to contribute everything you have to a man that loves you. And that's the way to look at life.
Great advice. Hope you're listening out there, ladies.
So what do you give for a 25-year-old lost soul from Boston?
Just mostly blowjobs until he feels confident in himself again. And then I just, fake a lot of orgasms. And that's it. That's all I can give you, baby.
Sounds like a good prescription, honestly.
Honestly, that helps. That helps me a lot. I'm trying to get better. Now, you know what? From this moment on, I'm done flirting.
Alex's feelings are hurt.
I'm crushed.
No, Alex, Alex knows I adore him.
Heather, I have a question for you.
We're still rolling, right?
Oh yeah,
I have a question
we're
for
good.
you. Would you ever go on Below Deck as a guest with like all your girlfriends? And if you were on Below Deck and Alex was your deckhand, what do you think would happen?
I would fuck him in like the galley or whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't watch the show.
I would deny you because I'm a great worker and I would never do that.
I would 100% go and be like, I'm king of the world. Alex, go behind me. I'm king of the world.
I'm like, can you feel it?
The stern of the ship and just like Kate Winslet it up. And then I would be like, I dropped my jewel into the ocean. No,
and Alex would be like, paint me like one of your French girls.
Honestly, so
my hand on a steamy old fashioned card.
I love a charter. I love a charter of all women. I think like it's just so much fun because like one, it's funny like when they're all like kind of there's so much drama because like there's always like two in the group that's like fucking miserable and it doesn't go their way. Like as a crew, it's so funny to see everything unfold and just see everyone fight because like, you know, like they're not yelling at us, they're yelling at each other. But also it's like if you're like a somewhat decent looking person, not me, the other guys, 'cause they're good looking. It's funny. It's funny that like, you know, they're away from their husbands. They get to like joke around flirty with you because like, you know, you're working for them for that trip. So it's kind of like for me, I love working with a whole like an all girl charter. I hate working all guy charters. Too much testosterone, too much fucking, oh, let's go get fucked up and shots. Like, dude, you fucking suck. Like, you're a loser. Stop talking. But, like, I don't know. For, like, in a sense, I don't know about you, but my group is, like, you know, moms. Just, like probably 40s to 50s moms. And that's where I strive.
That's where you shine.
Is that what your Bumble preferences are set to?
I've actually never had a Bumble Tinder. I've never had a Bumble Tinder. I've never had any dating site, and I've never hooked up with a girl from Instagram either.
Babe, I am not online either. I feel like because I'm not online either.
No, I would. My personality is like I talk too much. I would find someone at a bar or out in public. If I see something that I feel like I have a vibe with someone, I have no problem going up to you and shooting my shot. And if it doesn't work, I'm not embarrassed. It is what it is. Like I'm fucking human. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but since the show, has anyone turned you down?
So I don't try to hook up. I don't hook up with girls if they know me. If they know who I am, I won't hook up. Like if they know that I'm on the show, I won't hook up with them. Like I don't go with fangirls, like whatever. If I meet a girl at a bar, like, and then we hook up, like that's that. Like they don't know who I am, then they find out, they go, "Oh fuck, like you're on a show." I'm like, "Yeah." Like that.
Why does that matter so much to you?
I'm so stubborn. I'm so stubborn of like because I'm so insecure of myself that like I don't want like my whole life of, you know, like, I know like, I come off very confident and whatever, but I'm very insecure about my body, my looks, and I always felt like I got girls because of my personality. And I made them laugh and whatever. So once I go, like, you know, even before the show, I would hook up with good looking girls or like whatever, because like I just felt like I won them over with my personality. I was the funny guy at the party. But then, you know, once the show came out, I was getting 1 million DMs, 100,000 followers. Everyone's like, oh, like, you know, people come out. Oh, every time I go out, photos, this and that. Like, oh, Alex, and try to flirt too much. For me, that's such a turnoff for me. Like, I want someone to like, you know, find me attractive in their way, or, you know, find me funny. I don't want them to just be like, oh, I slept with Alex. Like, I'm a fucking nobody. I was on a show for 2 seconds, and like, I don't know. I'm old school of the way of like, I want them to like me for who I am, and not what I did, you know?
I totally hear that, but don't you feel like the show shows what you are? So like, if a girl came up to you and was like, I've watched every episode and I completely connect with you. I love you. I adore you. I would like to go sleep with you. You would say, nope. No, because would that same girl notice me if I wasn't on the show? If I was at a bar with 1,000 other guys, she would come up to me. You know what I mean? That's how I look. No, seriously, that's how I look. That's the gift of the show. That's why we do
but so
I'm just like, please, someone DM me.
No,
some random I'm a fan.
You're all talk. I think you're all talk. I think like, so you're saying like if a hot guy comes up to you, he's like, oh, I love you on the show, like you're rich and you're like, let's fuck. Oh, you're doing that?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, you're full of
Here's
shit. I'm
NDA,
calling
and
your
I've been
bullshit
doing
on that
this,
one.
I'm in the penthouse suite.
No,
you know?
I'm calling bullshit on that one. No way.
No, this is why, because it's, there's a, whether it's sincere or not, if someone says, I've watched you and I like you, I feel like, great, we just had our first 3 dates, no time wasted, because they've seen enough and they've seen the worst, usually, because, like, come on, we have no control over what they show, and it's not, a filtered Instagram selfie. It's like reality. And if they were like, no, for real, like, that to me, which I think is probably different. For me, it's like, awesome. Like, they're already over, like, the biggest hurdles, like how I conduct myself in the world, who I am, and what life with me would be like. Like, to me, it's a plus if they know it. To walk in and have a guy just be like, I don't watch TV. I'd be like, well, I want to go home with you, sir. Hopefully you have an RV that's off the grid,
I like that.
Breakdown.
Well,
like, you're just like, I want a girl that I just, like, pull off the fields, that's never seen television.
No.
Never heard of Bravo, and will just,
No, I want a girl to connect with me. I want a girl to connect with me. And I'm sorry, maybe we're different with that. Like, and like I said, I don't know anything about how you grew up dating wise. I know how you said how it was strict growing up, but I feel, even though I'm 25, I feel like I've done so much growing up. I've been on so many dates. I've been on so many vacations with girls. I've had sex with so many girls that, like, to me, I want someone that's genuine. No, seriously, I have no problem saying that. Yeah, I don't.
All my fake orgasms are genuine. Don't worry.
No, I don't fucking care about that. I mean, say what you want, but I fucking know what I want, and I know, like, I'm not saying, like, oh, like, it's complete a no go if you know who I am, but it's I want it. Like, I read people well, and if I know they're in it just for, like, oh, they like me right away because it's it's cool, they're gonna tell their friends about it. See ya. You know what I mean? It's I have my things that I like, and you have the things that you like. I mean, we grew up completely different. I grew up fucking, just, I guess, fucking and going on dates, and that's the raw of it. I mean, but I want someone that I can be vulnerable with and be real and not feel like they're just there because they can take a photo with me and get a lot of likes,
Yeah. No, I feel you completely, and it makes me want to weep because you're like the perfect man.
Oh,
he doesn't even use his
you
celebrity.
You don't
to get
know
laid.
him well enough.
He literally doesn't use his celebrity to get laid. He says that, but we all know,
You're gonna have Anastasia. I don't.
Heard of you. I don't even have a
he
TV.
doesn't.
I just crochet and take care of my sick grandma. He's like, would you like to come home with me?
Honestly, Alex, I don't think you ever would even need reality TV to pick up girls. Like, this man is actually a wizard when we go out. Like, his personality is just so, like, charismatic, and he's so charming. Everyone just is just like, you're like a magnet. Everybody just, like, gravitates towards you. And, like, I feel like you've never had trouble picking up girls in your entire
I have a
life.
hard time with Heather because she keeps fucking running away and saying I'm a pig.
I feel Anastasia, I feel exactly what you're saying. Like, that is what I felt from him from minute one.
Yeah.
In, like, when we first met. And yeah, he is a magnet, and so he should filter out anyone that just wants to have a story to tell.
I agree. And wait,
Absolutely.
hey, that's how you win them back. They were trying to be funny at first, Justin. Now you win. Now you win back.
The crowd over. Exactly. That's crowd work right there.
Hey, that's how you read the room.
Exactly.
Hey, they're trying to be funny. Go, oh, he wants to fuck a fucking girl with no teeth and a cowgirl. Hey,
brought him right back in. There
You
go.
got them feeling nice and weepy right now and emotional, and they're kissing your ass. That's how you win a crowd.
There you go.
You did. You converted us.
Hey, I'm like this. Hey, let me look at my Tinder real quick. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's probably on
Heather.
fire.
Heather, you had said something about, like, how they don't show everything, on the show, and there's a lot of moments that happen that we don't get to see. Is there anything that happened on, while you were filming your show that you wish that had been shown on TV, that they edited out? Anything that you're like, oh, I wish that they showed
There's
that.
so many funny things, like, we're just
Yeah.
pretty funny, and Whitney and I have a very, very, very ridiculously good time whenever we're together. But we did, when we were on our task trip in Vegas, we hung out with drag queens all night on the strip, and it was pre-COVID, so it was just kind of, it would have been a fun throwback to see the Bellagio fountains and all these beautiful drag queens, and all of us were having a great time. It was a really bonding thing. And that was something that I like, I think, because of time.
Well, it's probably because you guys were getting along.
Yeah, exactly. But there's so many funny things, just the funny stuff that I just laugh so hard when it's happened, and then I want to relive it, but it doesn't make the cut.
Yeah. It's not entertaining enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Heather, is there one thing, and we'll wrap it up because I'm sure you're busy and you have to be a mom, but is there what? What? I'm saying you have to be a mom. My bad. You have 3 kids. You're hot.
That's not sexy talk. You should be like, I'm sure you've got like some red carpet appearances.
I'm sure there's like
no, Heather, you're a sexy single mother right now. You know what I mean?
You know what, Alex? I do need to go because I can feel my breast filling with milk, and I need to go nurse. You know what, you guys? I can feel the letdown. Let's go.
Hey, and this, this is the reform Mormon. Have
you ever tasted breast milk, Alex?
All right, so.
Oh
no!
There was a pause.
No. So
that's a yes.
No, okay. Yes. So, no. It was
yes.
So no,
it was only 3 times.
No, I didn't like. I knew she was. So I knew she was in the milking stage, and they were filled up, but I wasn't sucking on the milking stage. It was a little dribble out and give it a little taste test,
What did you think?
It was disgusting.
5 stars.
It was
awful.
awful.
What was your Yelp review?
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
It was probably
what do you give it?
It was out of 5 stars. It was probably a 3.2. And I don't care. I don't get grossed out. Honestly, I grew up fucking poor. My mom told me I ate and drank whatever fucking was in front of me. I grew up. This is what I'm gonna get, and that's it. So I don't give a fuck.
I'm a Playboy centerfold that's milking right now. So you just learn to accept what's ever in front of you.
Oh my! Hey, that's gonna be the new dance move.
She was milking.
She's milking.
Oh my god!
Said milking.
Wait, so I kind of like that. Alex and Heather Gay milking in Salt Lake City.
I'll relax date for you.
Wait, so hey, when's a good time? If I've always wanted to go down to Salt Lake. If me and Anastasia and Justin, now we're gonna make a road trip. We're gonna do another interview with you, but we're gonna do it live, and we're gonna invite ourselves to your house. So when can we come down?
I feel like we should meet halfway. Like that's why I was saying Cleveland. Like I feel like we should go to a baseball
Cleveland
game.
sucks. Let's
and,
go
like,
to
tour a town.
You want to go to? You want to go? Oh, you want to do something? Let's go to the Midwest. Let's go to like Madison, Wisconsin.
Or Iowa, like Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I love Iowa.
I like Iowa as well. I don't like. I mean, we can get like a little. Do you smoke weed or no?
Yeah, I'm a trailblazer, baby.
So
I have a med spa that sells cards. We're medically marijuana.
So I know Anastasia smokes. Do you smoke or no?
I do.
I don't
like in the mornings or like all night.
So I don't. I mean, I did a little bit in Costa Rica. Let's go to Colorado. Let's get stoned in Boulder or Denver.
Rocky Mountain High.
Oh my God!
You know what? Let's do a foursome. Let's go to Boulder and let's like Yelp review the shit out of like the bars, the restaurants, and the weed.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
With Heather Gay.
That'll be good content. So like my life is a shit show, so I travel whenever the fuck I want. So you let me know what weekend. Let's go on a weekend. I'm in.
Tell me.
I'm in.
Let's go this weekend. Come on.
I'm going to Vermont. All right,
it's my birthday this weekend. We're gonna be partying in Vermont.
Are you a Cancer? I'm a Cancer.
I am. Yes. Just a couple of water babies.
Yeah, no. Anastasia's having a fun party this weekend. She's having a hillbilly theme party.
I'm having a redneck rodeo get down.
Hey.
Like a dirty 30. How old are you turning though? 29. 29. So it's not a dirty 30. It's like
you. 24.
I thought you were turning 30, honestly. I was just getting pumped. That's why I thought like this was like the year. I thought you were turning 30. That's why I thought you were doing the big theme.
Like hillbilly dirty 30.
So I'm gonna cut
29.
I'm gonna cut my jeans, make them very like obviously like not ball length, but like upper thigh.
Attitude.
Pretty close.
No, I'm gonna do a handlebar mustache, like a natural mustache, and then I'll have like a cut off like redneck shirt. Yeah.
I just bought a mullet wig, so I'm really excited.
Joe Dirt.
Hey, imagine if Heather just flew to Vermont for this weekend.
You should come. You should come. Come get down and
come to your birthday party. When's your birthday
Justin,
party?
you coming to Vermont this weekend?
Take a road. I'll see you there, Heather. We'll make a road trip out of it.
To the 27th. You should come. Like, seriously.
I'll just Taylor Swift it, like not tell anyone. They just show up as with like total
just show up.
Be like in my Mormon pioneer, like full authentic Mormon pioneer garb. And just be like, I'm not a hillbilly, but I'm
You rock up with like 5 cows on a leash.
Oh my god.
Who wants to drink some milk?
No, I'm gonna be on the leash.
Of, like, lactation.
Yeah, Alex is on the leash.
Hey, have you ever seen the movie Have you ever seen the movie This Is the End? The guy on the leash at the end of the movie? No.
Oh my god.
I'll be on the leash.
Channing Tatum. It's Channing Tatum.
I'll bring a hillbilly ball gag. It'll be a great event. It'll be a party.
It'll be a great time. My mom's cooking. Trust me, you want to come. It's gonna be fun.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Heather,
if I can get to Vermont, I will.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're our
for
first
coming
guest.
on
This is
and being
amazing.
So candid and open with us. You are such a badass. Is there anything you want to say?
No, I love all of you, and I love you, Alex, dearly, and I am grateful for our friendship. I don't feel like there are any accidents. You know what I mean? Like attracts like. You know what I mean? It's
I
just
agree.
the way it works. And I think
That's so
he
true.
loves my mature voice and my
So mature.
what was the other thing you said? My experienced milking tits. So I am grateful.
I mean, we could just read our DMs on Instagram and get dirty with it. Wait, should I read our first messages from each other?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh well,
I'm terrified.
The first thing was a message, a photo message you sent me. It was a pic.
Oh, you sent a pic?
Heather.
Boob pic. Nothing.
No,
dirty.
hey,
Just like one nipple.
so this is the first thing I said. I said I love you, babe.
If you said, don't show it.
No, it was me and can you see this or no?
Yes. Okay.
It says I love you, babe, and I'm in my Santa outfit.
Oh,
And then she sends a selfie back, love you too, babe, or love you, babe. Oh, ooh, Heather.
you guys went in deep from the start.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't waste time. You know, I'm old. I'm so old. For sure.
Right, clock's ticking.
I'm gonna die.
She like
Gotta get it in.
like don't be fucking sensitive. Yeah, you're a little on the older. It's okay. It's hot. I like older. Relax.
Stop.
No.
Wow.
You- so-
One for the ball gag in his mouth and a leash, and we'll be fine for the rest of the night. Just let me-
That's your Saturday night, Heather. What are you talking about?
All right, we'll see you in Denver, Heather. Thank
Yes,
you so
yes.
much.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
Tell
cute.
our listeners.
Pray love.
Tell our
Yes.
listeners where they can find you on
At
socials.
Heather Gay and at Beauty Law Blazer. That's it.
Awesome.
Heather, thank you
You
so
should
much
go
for
and check
joining
out
us.
her-
Thank you,
Yes,
Justin.
thank you.
Everyone.
Captain of the ship.
Thank you, everybody. This is episode 2, Altered Reality. Thank you guys for joining us. As always, we'll be back next week. Again, thank you to our amazing guest. As always, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube page, check us out, and we'll be back with more. Appreciate you guys.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, Heather.